Hello folks, and welcome back to Shogun Total War. I'm Step, and welcome back to another campaign series. This time I will be playing the Imagawa Clan, and I'm very much looking forward to this, so without further ado, let's get into it. Full campaign, of course. And I do like playing on Expert mode. I feel like Expert offers a good challenge without taking away any of the features from the player, so that I feel like I can still use all of the tools that are available to me when I play this mode, but there's still a good challenge. The AI is relatively aggressive, both on the campaign and on the battle maps. They do have slight buffs to their morale and to their fighting abilities. Some people will say that this makes it so that the human player can't use melee units when they're playing expert difficulty, which, at least for this game, I don't think that's true. It is a little bit harder, yeah, but you can still use them. They still work, as long as you have the right matchups, and as long as your troops, have veterancy or honor upgrades, basically. The early game is tough because that's when you're on kind of an even level with the other units, that the AI has. No one's really built up honor yet, so that you basically do have a disadvantage in combat with the AI, but hopefully with a human brain I can use tactics and strategy to win my battles both on the campaign map and in the battlefield itself. So Expert is how I like to play, and yes, as you know, I am going to be playing as the Imagawa Clan, and they are an interesting faction for sure. They are a split faction, so that they do have their territory here in central Japan, and then they also have some territory here in Kyushu as well. And I actually, I forgot to do this before I started recording. I meant to look this up. I want to know why CA put some Imagawa territories here in Kyushu. I'm not aware of any Imagawa outposts here in Kyushu, so I don't know why they're here. I'm curious. I'm curious to know if you are aware of this, aware of why they did this, and then just let me know, because I am really curious about this. But anyway, as far as the strategy goes, it's interesting for sure. I will definitely talk a lot more about the specifics of my campaign strategy for the Imagawa Clan once I get into the game itself. For now, I'm just going to kind of read about them. So the Imagawa Clan command an enviable position in the center of Japan from which they can expand. However, to ensure that they do not become surrounded by enemies, it is necessary to balance a careful web of alliances and make use of the Men of the Shadows. Strategic advantages: the Imagawa can recruit ninja and shinobi for lower costs, and nearby important resources. The province of Satomi has long been famous for the skills of its archers, and Shinano is known for the quality of horses produced there. I don't actually start with Shinano, so I don't really know why they say that. But in any case, I will talk a lot more about Imagawa Clan once we get into the game. It's easier to talk about it on the actual campaign map itself. For the time being, though, we got another... Well, we have a... It's only another if you've been following my channel for a while, but I have an intro video for this campaign to watch, and it is awesome, so I will let it play out.
The year is 1530. For 200 years, the Ashikaga shogunate has ruled Japan from their capital in Kyoto. The recent Onin War had shown that they no longer have the power to control Japan's great clans. The time has come for a new warrior to claim the title of shogun. Japan is divided between ruthless warlords. Armies grow stronger, only to be depleted in the frequent vicious battles that give this era its deserving name, Sengoku Jidai, the age of the country at war. Year after year, the endless plains that divided the clan's territories are stained with the blood of thousands of brave samurai, fighting for their liege lord and for their honor. When necessary, accept help from others, not of our lands. Gaijin can be useful pawns in your campaign, as they bring guns from overseas. If they become a nuisance, they should be expelled from our shores, or even eliminated. When there is no other way, assassination can be instrumental in gaining victory. Even a general who is invincible in battle is as vulnerable as a child when asleep. Use the Men of the Shadows, for they excel in the deliverance of death by night. No one is untouchable. Honor is everything to samurai. A man who loses face and his honor must then also lose his head. This is Bushido, the way of the warrior. Follow these rules of wisdom that have been handed down through generations, and your victory will be complete. Japan can be ruled completely by only one man, a great warrior, general, and strategist. To become shogun will require battles to be won with the mind as well as the sword. Now is your time. Let total war begin.
And it's always going to be necessary to watch that first. It gets me in a really good headspace watching that, because I don't know about you, but I am ready to be a great general and tactician ship person. But yeah, in any case, here we are. This is Imagawa. This is the territories that historically are pretty spot on. They, of course, did have Tomi. This is their capital. Mikawa was kind of a vassal state of theirs, which I can talk about a little bit later, because Mikawa is interesting. It's has something to do with a very important historical figure that appears later on in the campaign. But the mystery is, what the heck's going on over here? Why does Imagawa have these territories? I know in Shogun 2, these territories are controlled by some non-playable factions, so I don't know. I can't remember what they're called, but they were here. I don't know what the start date of Shogun 2 is, but we are looking at 1530, which they can't have had these provinces in 1530. I know in general, these clans' territories are all way too big for what they were at this time period. At 1530, pretty much all of these clans only had like one of these provinces. So Imagawa would have just Totomi, maybe Suruga. Yeah, like Takeda was mostly just Kai. At 1530, I believe Oda just had Owari. They didn't have like all of central Japan. So that's they are definitely inflated for what they are, but I think that it does make for a very fun campaign, because you have to kind of get into it right away and start fighting, start bashing some heads. And so the general idea with the Imagawa clan is that what most people do, just the meta way to play this game, is either abandon Central Japan for Kyushu or abandon Kyushu for Central Japan. And what you can do from here is that if you want to abandon Central Japan, you can burn down your buildings, you can make some money back off of your watchtower, your improved farmland, your tea house. You can just burn those down, make some money back, and you can even disband units if you wanted to, but I would just keep them, and I'd bring them all back here to Kyushu. And from here, you're basically just going to, I think, well, maybe not outnumber Shimazu, but you're going to have the better soldiers, because Imagawa does not start with any Ashigaru. All you have is professional samurai soldiers. So that you should be able to beat the Shimazu and take Kyushu for yourself fairly easily. I don't like this because I think it's boring. I think that if I wanted to play a Shimazu campaign, I would rather just play a Shimazu campaign. I don't want to play another clan the same way as I play Shimazu. So looking at another way to do this is to abandon Kyushu and just go all out here for the Central Japan, which is actually an exciting way to play. It's actually pretty fun. You can kind of do a lot here. One of the options, there's a lot of ways you can go. One of the options is that you can go for Owari, which is the capital of the Oda clan. You can go for them on turn 2. You can move your daimyo and this archer and this spearman out to Mikawa on turn 1, and then on turn 2 you can attack Owari with pretty much everyone. You can just kind of leave. You can just leave this Yari samurai behind to just hold Mikawa, and you can just attack Owari with these 4 units, and you will take Owari. A lot of times, one of these, where do they come from actually? I think, yeah, so the rebels that hold Issa also will attack Owari if you do, and they will basically just fight Oda for you and just take him out. And a lot of times you will just take Owari without literally having to fight over that bridge. Well, there's 2 bridges in this battle, in this river province, but you won't have to fight them. The monks will start on the same side of the river as Oda clan, and they will just take them out for you. It's actually really funny. That's a worthwhile idea. Owari is a very defensible province. It's very rich. 250 koku right off the bat before any upgrades is very, very good. It does also give a honor bonus to any Ashigaru units that are trained here. So there's a lot going for Owari. And then as far as, well, let me just start with why I don't use this, or why I'm not going to be doing Owari right away, is that I don't really want to get rid of Oda. Because once I get rid of Oda, there's this big power vacuum in central Japan. Sure, the monks will be here. The Iko-Iki warrior monks will, they'll still be here. They'll be strong and whatever, but I'd rather there be more things in central Japan, because eventually, once we get into the mid-campaign and the late campaign, Mori is just going to start steamrolling. And they might head to Kyushu first and take out Kyushu, but a lot of times what happens is Mori will essentially get to Tsunuki, and then Shimazu takes Iyo, and then neither one wants to take on the rebels here in Awa and Tosa, which makes sense because they suck. So, fighting these battles sucks, so that Shimazu gets stuck here, and then Mori gets stuck here, and then they have one way to expand, and that's this way, in my direction, which it can take them a while to get through all of this, but I think that by having an Oda clan here, in addition to the warrior monks that hold a few of these provinces, like Isa and Echizen? Yeah, Echizen and Kaga are also held by warrior monks as well. And Yamashiro, of course. Yeah, this is also held by warrior monks. So yeah, as long as these provinces are still held by, enough soldiers that are battling for central Japan, I think that will slow down Mori for a little bit longer. So I will stay away from Owari. Let's just put these guys back together. And then there's the option that I do like to go for. Actually, this is Shinano, and it's actually kind of the give me option, because this is literally what the AI will do when they play as Imagawa every single time. They'll go for Shinano on turn 1, and Yusugi will not fight this. This is Yusugi's heir, and they will just run away and give you Shinano for free. You will actually have to go into the battlefield, but I'm pretty sure they just run away. I've never had them actually clash with my armies in this battle. So and that's just with my daimyo, an archer, and a spearman. I'm pretty sure I always have left these 2 units in both of these provinces. Oh, and just a heads up, I was meant to say this in the beginning. So for all of the campaigns that I've played so far on YouTube, I did extensive playthrough testing before I started recording those campaigns. In addition to having already played those campaigns all the way through previously. So that means for every campaign that I've recorded on YouTube so far, I've had a full playthrough plus additional testing before my recordings happened. So in this case, just because the summer's gotten all crazy for me and I really haven't had time to practice this, I'm going into this. I have played a full Imagawa campaign through to completion, but that was over a year ago, I think. And I have a general idea of what I want to do. I kind of understand my strategy, but this is not a actual really rehearsed or practiced start for me, which is a first for me on YouTube. It's exciting, but also nerve-wracking, because I do want to get this right, and I want to show you guys a knowledgeable understanding of this game, and not just a blind, I don't know what the hell's going to happen kind of thing. I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that on YouTube, but I want to think that I know what I'm doing here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. What's dicey about the Imagawa campaign is that the thing is that the way I play it, there's never really that comfortable position. Whereas my other 3 campaigns that I've played so far, as long as I take all of southern Japan and then I take this line here and I hold this line of Owari, Mino, and Echizen with any of the southern clans, whether it's Shimazu or Mori, or whether it's my central clan of Oda, as long as I hold this line, I feel relatively safe. With Imagawa, it's kind of touch and go for most of the campaign, which can be fun. It's kind of nerve-wracking for sure. Hopefully I don't lose. But yeah, so anyway, going back to this, I will be taking Shinano, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. Yes, I do want to wage war against Lord Yusugi. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they will just run away. That doesn't seem like much, does it? Am I supposed to bring another unit from this? I don't think so. I think I want to leave these guys here and leave these guys here. I don't think Oda will attack, just because, like I said, they have their hands busy, typically. And the AI is pretty hesitant to attack river provinces, so Mikawa probably will be safe with just 2 units for quite a while. Now, Takeda is a little bit more worrisome. They are typically a pretty aggressive faction. They actually have a personality. All of the clans have personalities, and the personality of the daimyo of the Takeda clan is he's a pretty brash dude. Breaks alliances, fights people, it's kind of his thing. So Suruga is less safe, and I will be wanting to build a castle in Suruga as fast as possible, but let me first talk about why I want to take Shinano. And the thing is, let's see, how do I want to go? So the thing is with Shinano is that it's such a dominating presence over northern Japan. I mean, look at it. It really does cover how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 territories or borders, which is just, it's massive, which is kind of intimidating because that means you can be attacked from 10 different directions. Now, in my case, since I hold 3 of the provinces that do border Shinano, that means only 7. And since Echu is held by rebels, that brings it down to 6, because rebels probably won't be attacking me. But yeah, it's a lot to hang on to. It's a good province. It's relatively rich, makes 340 koku. It does give a bonus to any cavalry that's trained here, which is nice. It's a really nice thing. I will not be going cav heavy with my Imagawa armies, but still, it's a nice thing to have. Also, it does have iron sands deposits, so I can train soldiers that have once I build an armory, which I can build an armory because of the iron sand deposits, I can eventually have armored soldiers here. So Shinano's great. It's just really not great to take on the first turn. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's better to take when you have like at least half of the provinces that are bordering it, but the thing is that when I left Yusugi alone and when I tried to just kind of either take Wari and kind of work on that, or if I just wanted to hold up on these 3 provinces, this position in Shinano is way too much of a commanding position by Yusugi. I mean, it was just way too much, because what they were able to do to me eventually, first off, they're super rich. Their provinces are just ridiculously rich. They have gold mines and they have good farming, and they can build ports. It's just a lot of money, and they can outproduce me for sure. Like soldiers wise, they can just bring us tons of soldiers and basically just stack them all here in Shinano. And they came down, and what they would do is just triple attack all 3 of my provinces and just wreck me. Because if I can win one of these battles, I'd be losing the other 2 battles, and I'd just be left with nothing. So it's a really tough thing having such a commanding presence, over my little vulnerable territories right here. So it's better, in my opinion, to play what's called a satellite defense. It's something that was named that way in the Prima strategy guide for this game. It was called a satellite defense. It's kind of, I don't know why it's named that way, but the idea is that you don't need, so for example, if I have these 4 territories, I don't need 4 armies defending every single territory. What I need is, since I will have, once I take Shinano, I will have a 3 territory boundary, or boundary is the word I can think of for right now, but yeah, it would be a boundary of 3 territories: Mikawa, Suruga, and Shinano. So you might think conventionally that you need 3 armies to defend to 3 territories, which isn't really true. What you need is 1 army that can reach your other 2 provinces. So one idea is that you can just keep an army here in Totomi, like the full stack can be here in Totomi, and if anyone attacks Shinano, as long as you have a castle here with a unit, you can retreat to that castle and basically hold that entire army here in place for at least 1 turn, while your army that's in Totomi moves up to attack Shinano. And same for Suruga, or same for Mikawa. They can go any which way. Now, the thing is that what I prefer to do is just put that 1 army here in Shinano, have an entire full 1-stack, beefy, solid, decent army here in Shinano. Keep Suruga and Mikawa lightly defended. I mean, I will just keep these 2 units there the entire game. I don't care. As long as they have a castle they can retreat to, that's fine. Now, in my playthrough, where I finally figured out this strategy, in my playthrough, I never once, I don't think I ever was like attacked in Suruga by Takeda. Maybe I was, but maybe it was like very late in the campaign. But I was basically left alone for the entire like opening of the campaign as long as I had this commanding army here in Shinano. Because let me show you something. This is how much money Suruga makes. It's 100 koku, which isn't really worth the trouble. Like, why would anyone want to take it? Even Totomi, 155. Yes, they're making 200 off trade because there's a port. That's nice. And archers that are trained here have it higher, will get a +1 to their honor. That's also nice, but still, what are we really achieving here by attacking Totomi? You know, thinking from the opponent's point of view. And same with Mikawa. I mean, even as far as like river provinces go, this is probably the poorest river province in the entire game. 260 koku. What makes less than that? Maybe Awa? Awa might actually be the poorest river province in the game, but 260 is not a lot. That might be the second poorest. So they're really not getting a lot here. Also, I just don't think I will be attacked by Oda, at least for quite a while. They are going to have their hands full. So this is kind of where I'm thinking of going after Shinano. Another idea is to go after Kai, and I can basically take the Takeda out and turn 2. That's also a solid idea. That's why the Imagawa Clan is fun, right? You can kind of do different things here. You can really do a lot of damage to one big clan on at least the second turn, or maybe in first turn, in the case of the Yusugi. Because in Kai, yeah, you can take their capital. Kai has a gold deposit. You can build a mine here, make some good, decent money off that. Farm income's not a lot, but that's fine. Then from Kai, you can take the rest of the Takeda territories, which is Sagami has a rich farm wealth. Izu is pretty pointless. Izu makes 70 koku a year. It's not a lot, but in any case, that's one idea, is to abandon Kyushu entirely and just, go after this. And if you actually do bring all these soldiers over from here to central Japan, maybe you can do like 2 of these options, like maybe Shinano and Kai, something like that. But what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be playing this so that I don't have to abandon either. I don't want to... See, the way that I like to do this is that I like to find unique ways to play the faction. And I think that one of the inherent challenges of playing an Imagawa faction, or basically a split faction like Imagawa or Takeda, is trying to find a way to hang on to your territories. If we were meant to just give them up to the AI and consolidate in one area, well, then it would have just been designed that way. It's just too easy of an answer, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. The thing is, I'm not saying don't do it. If you're just looking for a way to win, then do it. Just consolidate in Kyushu or consolidate in central Japan. If you're stuck on Imagawa and you're trying to beat them for some reason, you just got a stubbornness and you got to figure it out, then just do it. Just consolidate and do what you have to do to win. I do like to find more creative ways to do this and more challenging ways to do this, quite honestly. And so what I'm going to be doing is hanging on, or trying my damnedest to hang on to both of my territories of Kyushu and central Japan. And in addition to that, what I'm going to be trying to do is using my clan bonuses, which is my discount to ninjas and shinobi, to actually do a lot of the fighting for me. Now, hear me out. So ninjas, let me show you this. So with a discount, ninjas still cost 150 koku because without the discount, they cost 200. They're not cheap, honestly, for what they get accomplished. The fact is, these guys die all the freaking time. It's actually really easy to, get them killed. If the enemy has a border fort, not a border watchtower, not, where are they? I'm clicking the wrong buttons. Not this, but the upgraded version of this. The upgraded version of this actually catches shinobi or ninjas. So if the enemy has one of those buildings, you could lose a ninja, just like that. Just gone. boom, 150 koku just disappears like that. Also, if they fail an assassination attempt, they can die, which, frankly, their chances aren't that high. I mean, I've had ninjas get killed by god dang emissaries, which is just shitty because they have, let me show you. So they have a 76% chance of killing an emissary. Great. Go ahead, kill them. I'll send my ninjas out. Maybe they can get some honor. Maybe they'll get a little better. But honestly, a lot of times they die. I don't think that's a difficulty mode thing. I just think that's just the odds. And the idea is that I will be teching up to where I can eventually be training +1 honor ninjas from like an upgraded ninja house, but it's not going to be here in Totomi. In fact, what I think I will be doing is destroying this tea house in Totomi. It's actually interesting. Do I not have? Oh no, I can build it. Okay, I was gonna say like, why don't I have these buildings? Okay, so yeah, so of course I can train spearmen and archers, and I can train ninjas all in Totomi, but I can't train shinobi. So what I might be doing is I might actually destroy the ninja house here and recoup some of that money and then rebuild it here in Hizen, because the idea here is that if I'm going to spend this time building up my ninjas and basically just kind of hanging on to Shinano, it's going to be a build tall sort of strategy. I'm not going to be blitzing. I'm not going to be trying to take a bunch of stuff. I will take Shinano on first turn, but that's it. That's all I'm going to take. And for a very long time is just Shinano, and then I'm just going to be playing defensively and building up until I can get some decent ninjas on the field. And the key though is that I need time to do that. Otherwise, the other enemies will crush in on me. I will not be making a lot of money the way it is. I already showed you how poor these provinces are. These provinces do have more money. 320 here in Shikugo, 304 here in Shikuzen, and 408 here in Hizen, plus the 200 from the port here in Hizen. So these have a decent amount of money. I do have a bridge, a river province here in Shikugo that's, can be defended. Again, decent amount of soldiers here. But the key is, one thing, Shimazu is not very aggressive, at least in the start, which is good. I can use that to my advantage, but eventually they will attack me. For some reason, the AI will just always attack the human player, because if I play Mori, Shimazu will never go to war with the Imagawa before they go to war with me. It's just ridiculous. It's so stupid. And then when I play Imagawa, I'm thinking, all right, sweet. Shimazu will, go to war with Mori before going to war with me. No, they'll go to war with me first, which, they should consolidate Kyushu, but it's just, I kind of thought that, they'd repeat the pattern. But no, they go after the human player. That's what they do. They go after the human player, and it sucks. But whatever, I get it. I'm smarter than them. But, the thing is that eventually they will build up enough forces, eventually, to where they will actually attack me. So the key is that I'm not going to have a lot of soldiers to really spend on attacking and taking Kyushu, because I've actually done this before, where I've attacked Kyushu the conventional way and taken it, and then Mori just stampeded through and just crushed me, and I couldn't stop them because I was depleted after fighting this war here, plus holding out here in Shinano. So there's a secret weapon that's actually overpowered, and I refuse to use it in any of my campaigns except for the Imagawa campaign, because it's so fitting. It's so perfect. It's so ingenious. And a lot of people, I think, aren't aware of this option. I don't think that a lot of people know that you can do this. But you remember when I was talking about the Imagawa advantages, such as that they can train ninjas for discount? Well, they can also train shinobi for discount, which means that they can train shinobi for 75 koku. So now I think you might think you know where I'm going with this. If you've seen any of my previous campaigns, you know how much I love using shinobi. Now, in those campaigns, I just love them because they're a cheap way to keep my people, my population loyalty high, and to keep my heirs and my daimyo safe, along with my generals. But in this case, I will be using them offensively. The key is that if you can put 6 shinobi in an enemy province, they will almost instantly and reliably start a revolution, a rebellion in that province. And then all you have to do is hop that little 6-man army of shinobi into another province to start another rebellion in the same clan. And you can just keep on hopping around. You can just keep going back and forth between all of these provinces, starting rebellions. Now, shinobi do have to watch out for those border forts. That's a real thing. Border forts are dangerous to shinobi. You can lose a lot of them, but you won't lose all of them. And for 75 koku a pop, that's better than losing 150 koku ninja, god dang it. So there's a really cool thing I do here in Kyushu. I don't really, so the way I made this work, last time I played Imagawa, was that, sure, I had a few armies here, but mainly they kind of got consumed by rebels because I was starting these rebellions back here in their territories. And eventually I was able to take over most of Kyushu without losing much at all. And because of my little shinobi armies, I can do this for anyone. If Mori is getting too powerful, I can go into Mori lands and start rebellions. If Hojo is getting too powerful, I can do the same here. Or Imagawa, I can do the same here. I will never do it in central Japan. Oda will not need that distraction. But yeah, that's the way that I can kind of keep the enemy off my back while I build up my super ninjas. And then comes in phase 3 of the strategy. Oops, I don't mean to... Don't cancel. Phase 3 of the strategy. So I will also be using my third agent as well very often, which is my emissaries. I'm going to be keeping as many alliances as goddamn possible throughout this entire campaign. Not only does it give me money, you make 250 koku off each alliance, which is good in the early game, but in addition to that, the primary reason, and this is hilarious, is that if one of your allies dies, and by dies I mean the entire clan goes away, there's a good chance that you're going to get a lot of their territory. You just get to inherit it. Now, it doesn't matter how they die. If they die in battle, alright, that's fine. But also, if they get assassinated, even if it's you assassinating them, because, the idea is that they're not being detected. The ninja are going undetected, assassinating your allies' daimyo and or heirs, and then all of a sudden their lands could become yours, mine. And this is where it gets really fun and very exciting, because this is where it comes down to the wire. I've had it to where I'm like holding out against potential enemies. Some people are fighting me, and then I'm trying to, reorganize the alliances with them, and then Mori is bearing down on me, and then boom, I get that assassination right when I need it, and all of a sudden the tides of the entire campaign turn in my favor because I just got 10 provinces in just one turn or something like that. It's crazy. It's really fun, but it really it requires a very delicate balance here in the beginning. And I'm going to try to remember the best way to do this. Since I didn't practice this at all, I need to make sure, and I've been talking for a long time, I realize that, but the beginning strategy, or the entire campaign strategy for Imagawa is so unique, I think, that I think it's worth a discussion. So for this, I need to make sure that I save enough money in this first year so that I can build a castle in Shinano right away. I need to be able to reinforce Shinano right away. In addition to that, I think... What do I want? I think I actually do want to start building a tea house in Heizen right away, because I don't think I'm going to be under threat of attack, really. Like, not really. Like later, yes, but like... See, eventually I do want castles in Shikugo, Shikuzen, Mikawa, and Saruga. But I think for now, I think what I should do is I should burn down this ninja house, and I can recoup another 200 koku. Because the thing is with Totomi, because I do get that +1 honor bonus for archers, I don't want to be training ninjas here. That's kind of a waste of archers. I want archers here. So, and it's kind of the same with the Tranquil Garden as well. This is where I train emissaries, and I don't really want to be training emissaries here either. But for now, I'm gonna just going to keep that there for now. But I do want to send my emissary out here to Shinano, because as soon as I start this war with Shinano, and Yusugi, and then kick them out, I do want to have a truce with them right away. Yeah, I don't want to continue a war with them. I want to have a truce with them right freaking away. So that's that. And then it's just going to be a question of, do I want to train peasants or strong military? I think I have the money, honestly, to train archers. They're expensive, but by demolishing... Let's see, that puts me at 600 if I train both of those. And then another 250, that's 850. And how much does this cost? 250. Oops, just got rid of it. So that's 1100 maybe? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do for now. So yeah, I'm not building anything here. I'm just going to train Archer and start building that tea house. As soon as that tea house is done, I can start sending those shinobi down to Satsuma like right away. And yeah, then going forward into next year, I'm going to focus all of my troop production basically just on Ashigaru in the beginning. That way I can build castles here in Suruga, Mikawa. Suruga first, because Takeda is a little bit gnarly. Then Mikawa next. And then after that, I can do Shikugo, Shikuzen, and then as well as building... I need to get a... I think I want a spear dojo in Heizen as well, so I can train troops for this. Or maybe not. Maybe I just train all of my soldiers here in Totomi. That might be a decent idea as well. But in any case, I've talked for a very long time. I think it's time for me to actually get into this and actually take Shinano. And hopefully I'm right. Hopefully they just kind of run away. If they don't, I'm going to be like, oh crap, my plans. So yeah, I've been talking for like almost 35 minutes and I haven't even ended the first turn. So let's end the turn. Alright, so it is telling me that I'm going to have to fight this, and I don't think I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to get into the battle and they're going to run away. I only outnumber them by my daimyo's bodyguard. That's the thing. So their heir is, I believe, in an archer unit, and then they just have their, like, Yari Samurai. Anyway, let's get into it and see what happens. And fine day is fine with me, and then let's just get grouped up real quick. Just put my guys in a number grouping and then my daimyo as well. And yeah, let's just go up this hill. I like to take the hill first, and yeah, where are they? They're right there. That's a Yari Samurai, and looks like archers are in the back. Ooh, do I want... Oh my goodness. Do I want to send my daimyo to kill their heir right away? And are they actually going to face me? Jeez, oh Pete, I think I might have did something wrong. Maybe I was supposed to attack them with, like, more units? Huh. I don't know if I've ever, like, had to fight this battle before. Curious. Interesting. I mean, so what I'm doing right now is that I have my daimyo hanging out on that side, and it looks like they might be coming for my daimyo with their spears, which is smart. That's something they should do. That does make me nervous, though, because they might get to him before my other units can come and support my daimyo. Alright, looks like my guys are getting some shots in on their spearmen now. We got the high ground, so I got my daimyo in the rear, so that's bad for them. They're pulling back their spears to potentially go after my daimyo. So I want to bring my spears forward, and yeah, I will be winning this little archery duel because I have the high ground for sure. I might want to bring my... See, yeah, I think I just want to entice... This is really intriguing because I do have a chance here of not only killing the Yusugi heir, but also just by doing some decent damage to them, let's see, how am I doing here? Yeah, just by doing this damage to them, even if I don't kill the heir, just by weakening them, that can really help me have a really strong position going forward into the beginning of this, opening. And yeah, I've only lost 4 men so far, 5 men so far. I might want to do this, spread them out. That way they'll take less casualties. And yeah, they're doing the same thing. Now, I have to be careful with my spearmen, because if they take a uphill engagement versus these spearmen, they can lose. Although, these spearmen did take 6 casualties, so I do outnumber them. But yeah, I kind of want to go here, maybe. And yeah, I want to make sure that my spearmen are on hold formation and hold position. That way that they stay in their formation, so they fight with their spears. That's the nice thing about spears in this game, is that they actually do fight in rows of 2. Whereas the second row, as long as you're in hold formation, the second row will also fight at the same time. Now, what I think I'm going to do is let my archers just keep on. I'm winning this little skirmish engagement, so I'm going to keep doing that. And what I do have to worry about, though, is that I don't want them to catch me. Oop! He's running away. Oh, I want to catch him. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can, though. And what are these guys going to do? They're just staying there for now. Oh, I wonder if I could... maybe if I can bring my daimyo around, and maybe I can cut these guys off, perhaps? We'll see. And we got him right there. He's there. Looks like he's trapped up a little bit. He's fighting off my guys, and it looks like... interesting. Now, these spearmen have not broken yet, so I don't really know what they're doing. Oh man, he's right there. Get him. And okay, so now those spearmen are running away. So now I want to bring my daimyo to kill those spearmen, and I want my men to kill. Come on, kill the heir. He's right there. And we got him. There he is. I'm pretty sure that was the Yusugi heir killed in action right there. And now we're cutting down a lot of the spearmen. I might lose a couple bodyguards, but nice thing about bodyguard units is that they automatically do replenish after each battle. So even if I do lose all 10 of my bodyguards, as long as I don't lose my daimyo, it's all fine. Alright, really not bad. I only lost 8 men and I killed 98. So even though they took the engagement, they really shouldn't have, because that went very well for me. Now, what I'm thinking is that this has all of a sudden made the Imagawa clan, the Yusugi clan, a very tempting target for me. Because, as I was just saying, if their heir is now gone, then what that means is, now I know, I only have 2 ninjas. It's not a lot. But, potentially, what can happen here is if I can make an alliance. First I have to make a peace treaty. First things first. I have to make a peace treaty with Lord Yusugi, so I have to find him. And after I make that peace treaty, then hopefully I can make an alliance. Then, once I have that alliance, the idea is, if maybe one of my ninjas can kill their daimyo, then maybe I can take his lands. And he has a lot of nice lands, so that would be nice, for sure. I mean, Echigo is just a beautiful, beautiful territory. 420 koku. Oh, so nice. Also has silver deposits, so I can build a mine there. Oh, it's wonderful. So nice. Now, let's see. Bring another archer up here to reinforce Shinano. And I'm also going to be building this castle here. Nope, not Tontomi. And Shinano. Yep, got that castle going. And yeah, may as well train another archer. Where does that put me at? Ooh, that's not enough money. Oh, I counted wrong. Dang. Oh, that's fine. How much am I paying for this? So 250 koku, so that leaves me with 400 koku, and... what do I want to do? I mean, I could start building... This would cost another 250, which would put me at, what, 150 left? Which is not a lot, but... It gives me a head start on my castles, just, because this is very, very important. If they attack me, if Takeda wants to attack me here, yeah, I would not be able to defend that. So maybe I just do that, and then instead of training another archer, I just train an Ashigaru, because I can afford them, because they're cheap. So yeah, that's the idea. I'm just going to let my ninjas finish out their assignments, and it is autumn, so let's see if I can put it on punitive. Nope, I can't do punitive because the people will hate me. So what if I do normal? Nope, normal's not going to work. Low, low, could still, so yeah, I gotta do very low. Yeah, not going to make any money here. Only 104 population loyalty, even with the taxes on very low. Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. Oh well, that's how it goes sometimes. And, up here is going to be fine, I think. Oh, let me check my heirs. I forgot. So, Imagawa Ujizane. 10 years old, so he will come of age in 6 years, which is not bad. But if I remember correctly, after him, there's not another heir for a very long time. And something that's fun to know about, for those of you who know anything about this part of history, is that one of the heirs for the Imagawa clan actually is Tokugawa Ieyasu, which, if you'll realize, I didn't say Imagawa Ieyasu, I said Tokugawa. That's because he's not really from the Imagawa clan, technically. It's funny the way that they did this. So CA is having Ieyasu be a part of the Imagawa clan, even though the Imagawa clan, they were like, weren't they eliminated by like 1560, I want to say? So like 30 years after this, they were pretty much gone, because this man himself, who was actually a pretty decent general in this game, starts out at 4 stars, not bad, but in real life, he's only 11 years old. Wow, okay. But in real life, he decides he wants to march on the capital and, you know, become shogun himself. And he basically gets intercepted by a young Oda Nobunaga, and he just like crushes the Imagawa army, and he gets lucky because Imagawa only has like 2,000 men, and the Oda army only has 2,000 men, and the Imagawa army has like a lot more than that. But they were just like hanging out, and it was raining, and it was nighttime, and they weren't expecting a night attack. And Imagawa, what's his name? What's the daimyo's name? Imagawa Yoshimoto he was actually enjoying a head viewing ceremony where samurai cut off the heads of their enemies and they display them for their master. And ironically, he got his head cut off, and during this surprise attack by the Oda clan during a head viewing ceremony. So that's how irony works, boys and gals. So anyway, yeah, that happened in 1560, I want to say, and that was kind of the beginning of Oda Nobunaga's rise to power, was first killing off this really powerful lord for this very powerful clan. But he had a vassal state here in Makawa. It wasn't technically Imagawa territory. This was a vassal state owned by the, what's it called? The Matsudaira clan? Is that what they were called? And correct me if I'm wrong on that. Matsudaira, I want to say. And yeah, it was basically kind of a, what's his name? Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones. It was like a Theon Greyjoy kind of situation where the eldest son of the Matsudaira clan was raised as basically kind of like a hostage by the Imagawa clan to make the Matsudaira clan pledge their fealty and their loyalty to the Imagawa. So when Oda eliminated the Imagawa clan, this eldest son, which was Tokugawa Ieyasu, was more than happy to ally his clan to the Oda clan. And they were really good friends, or I don't know about friends, but they were very close leaders. Tokugawa Ieyasu was like one of his right-hand man throughout the entire reign of the Oda clan. And he ends up becoming this man, this Tokugawa Ieyasu. In the end, after Oda Nobunaga dies, there's a secondary war between Oda's top 2 lieutenants, Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Tokugawa Ieyasu. And guess who wins? This man himself, Tokugawa Ieyasu. Unfortunately, he does not appear in this campaign until very, very late. Now, I do think I will still see him here, and he's a good one. He shows up as, I believe, a 6-star general, which is pretty dang cool. But yeah, it's going to be a while. I think he will be the next one, though. So it's going to be very important for me to get these shinobi out, because these shinobi have to protect my daimyo and my one heir pretty much for the entire campaign until Tokugawa Ieyasu shows up. So yeah, let's see it. That's a little history lesson for anyone that wanted to know about this time period. But yeah, it's kind of funny, right? That that he, in this game, he fights for Imagawa, the clan that, you know, like, kind of captured him or whatever. You know, like, historically, he was happy that Oda destroyed them, right? Like, that's just kind of funny that you can win the game for Clan Imagawa using Ieyasu. That's just kind of a funny thing. All right, anyway, I've been talking for so long that I kind of forgot where I was at. I think everything's fine. That's fine. Yes, I'm training something there, and I'm building something in there. That's fine. And I'm sending my emissary to go look for people. That's fine. Okay, let's end this turn and see what happens. All right, so now I got that tea house that's finished here in Hizen, so now I can start trading Shinobi. And yes, Shimazu's moving, Oda's moving. Everyone's moving around. Okay, so poor harvest is very bad. So I'm making 824 koku right now, which is just pitiful. Oh, God. That's tough. That is very tough. Okay, so how are we doing? Still not great. 116% population loyalty. That was, you know, better. And at this point, I really I only have enough money at this point to, what do I want to do here? So I'm building a castle in Suruga. That's good. And I have to decide between. So what I could do is I could just train 4 shinobi just to like bulk up this army here in Shinano. And I can, in addition to that, train up another. I'm sorry, did I say shinobi? I can train 4 Ashigaru here in Totomi to bulk up my army here in Shinano. And then I can train, 4 shinobi here in Hizen to get going on this little sneak attack here in Kyushu. That is an idea for sure. That means I wouldn't be spending any of my money this year on economy or castles or anything. It would just be shinobi and Ashigaru. I don't know if that's the right idea though. I feel like I should still build a castle somewhere just to get it going. I think I should kind of spread the love a little bit. Shinobi, it will be nice to get a lot of shinobi, but I don't think I need them right away. Like, I think I can still wait a couple turns on that. I think I do want to bulk this out as quickly as possible though. So yeah, I think I will spend 400 koku just on training Ashigaru this year. And that leaves me with another 424 koku. And I think I'm going to split that between shinobi and a building somewhere. It's just going to have to decide where I want that extra building. Do I go to Mikawa here, which is probably safe because it's river? Or do I do that here in Shikuzen, which is not a river, and it borders 2 provinces? Yeah, I think I want to do that. I'll build a castle here in Shikuzen, even though a lot of times the Shimazu clan is rather docile. Yeah, you never want to take that for granted. They already have more troops in these 2 provinces than what I have here. So, yeah, building a castle here seems like a good idea, and I can train a couple shinobi, just a couple, and yeah, go from there. And that's gonna be it. That's gonna be a pretty lean year. I'm not gonna have a lot to spend here. It's winter. Just gonna be a whole lot of crossing my fingers and hoping that no one attacks me. I can make sure that my emissary keeps looking for the daimyo. Let me try Mutsu. Mutsu is the border between Yusugi and Hojo, so possibly he's hanging out here. So yeah, I want to get that ceasefire. I don't want to always be at war with Yusugi. I want to have an alliance with them, and I want to make some money with them. And let's see. Let me look at the campaign map and see what's going on here. So yeah, so Oda is not doing great. Yeah, Oda always does so. So like Oda has already lost Yamato and Tamba. So these 3 provinces are all owned by rebels, in addition to Issa is also owned by rebels. Yeah, it's tough. Oda has a really tough go at it. And yeah, Takeda has lost Bingo and Bichu to Mori clan, so they're just hanging on to Aki. And that's all Takeda has up here. And yeah, other than that, Yusugi, so what happens here is that once I take Shinano, which I have, this one province, this one territory here in Hida is kind of split off. They're completely cut off from the rest of the Yusugi clan. They still do have money, like they get money that you can get normally, so you can build up Hida. Hida itself doesn't have a lot of money itself. It's only 120 koku, but a lot of times what you will see is that Hida will end up with some really big armies and some decent infrastructure, because I think it's because, I don't know, I think it's just because they're like so cut off that they feel like they have to like defend it, even though Hida itself is pretty worthless. I don't know. I don't really know why they build up Hida so much. Maybe it's because during the end turn, all of the buildings go in from left to right. So Hida just ends up getting the build orders in before these other provinces. Maybe? I don't know. That's just a guess. But in any case, I think that, again, I think I have everything in order. So let's just burn another turn. So yeah, almost 400 koku left. I got that castle that's finished in Shinano, and I have a castle that's finished in Suruga. Good. And you better not attack me. Don't attack me, Shimazu. Okay, so they're not attacking me. Oda better not attack me. No one better not attack me. Don't attack me. Alright, so the Oda clan has taken Yamashiro because the Empire has declared their support for the Oda clan. It doesn't really mean anything. All that means is that they've taken Yamashiro, which is where the capital is. Other than that, pretty pointless. Now, okay, so where's this daimyo? Is no daimyo? No daimyo. Okay, so where the freaking heck is... So maybe he's in Dewa? I don't know why. I don't know why he'd be there, but maybe he's in Dewa or Sato. Alright, just keep looking for him. Apparently, my ninjas can't find their targets right now. Where's this guy? Yeah, they're both looking for their emissaries. Okay, and let's put another Ashigaru up here to Shinano and have him guard. How are we looking for public order? Looking good. Alright, 146, not bad. And yeah, I just have to keep training these guys. Some more Ashigaru here. And other than that, Shinobi... I feel like I don't want to send him yet. There's no point. What often will happen is that Shimazu will build a port in Satsuma, and the nice thing about agents is that you can just port hop. So I can just go to my port to their port, because you know they're agents, they're like sneaking around and stuff. So I could just wait for that. Also, it's a good idea to send a scout ahead of the rest of the Shinobi army, because the thing is that I don't want them to all get caught by border forts, right? Well, a lot of times they'll build a border fort here because, you know, it's their border with me, but a lot of times they won't build borders in their back provinces like Satsuma, Osumi, Hyuga. So what I can do when I have an extra emissary floating around is that I can send them down here to scout out, because emissaries don't get caught by border forts. The only thing that kills emissaries is ninjas and geishas. So emissaries can be used as an advanced scout for your scouts. It's like a nice little way to use your agents together, is that you can scout with your emissaries and see what territories are safe, and then you can send in your shinobi to go around these territories that are dangerous. You know, it's kind of like playing what's that game that we all sucked at when we were young? Minesweeper? Yeah, it's kind of like playing Minesweeper. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill out with my shinobi. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with them right now. Yeah. One nice thing about playing as the Imagawa clan is that I don't have to worry about enemy ninjas attacking me right now, because the only clan that starts with ninjas is the Imagawa clan. So if you lose an emissary to a ninja in the first 7 turns, you know that you just got killed by an Imagawa ninja, because it takes a minimum of, I don't know, that many turns to train ninjas, I guess. Alright, moving on. I think, let's see. Yes, so got those guys going, and one more shinobi. Yeah, why not? One more shinobi. Still working on that castle. Just one more turn before that's done. Everything is fine. And burn another turn. Got that castle done in Shikuzen. And how are we doing? How are we doing here? No one's gonna attack me. Don't attack me. Alright, okay. Alright, where is... Still can't find that freaking daimyo. Okay, so... Maybe he's up here. I don't know. So, like, for some reason, the Yusugi clan likes to focus on taking out this worthless rebel provinces here. Instead of, like, they should be focusing on Hojo. But instead they go after Echu and Noto and Chikaga, which are very... Like, look, there's 220 koku. It's pointless. Why do they do that? But yeah, it's kind of silly, but a lot of times that's what they do. Alright, so I'm getting a little decent, little chunky force here. It's pretty weak. A lot of Ashigaru, 2 archers. So nothing to write home about, but just hopefully Takeda does not fight me, those bastards. I really hope they don't come after me. But yeah, I can just burn through, let's see, got, enough money for these 2 Ashigaru, and that's it. That's all the money I have here now. So yeah, I'm just going to check my map and see if there's anything fun or interesting going on in the world right now. Yeah, so, I mean, Takeda have taken Bingo back. That's good. And Oda's still fighting for the lives here in Central Japan. Other than that, though, I think that I can just burn another turn here. Alright, Hojo clan is now the richest in all Japan. No other clan has such a large annual income. Well, that's no surprise. They have very rich territories. Very, very rich. I mean, Musashi has 640 koku. Oh my god! That's so much. Okay, so here's the Yusugi daimyo. He's always... Why do I... Okay, so yes, ceasefire. Please, take the ceasefire. I think he will take it, because he already just lost a big province, and he has powerful enemies on all sides. Like, he shouldn't want to be at war with me. That's not something that he should want. But in any case, let's see if I can bump up the taxes a little bit. See what I'm doing? Yeah, I can do that. Nice. I can make some money this turn, hopefully. Hopefully I don't have another poor harvest. That would be nice. And yeah, just train. I have enough money to train one more Ashigaru, and that's going to be that. So I'm surprised that my ninjas haven't caught any emissaries by now. So far, I'm not feeling great about these ninjas. So far, they're kind of striking me as the worst goddamn ninjas in the world, because I told them to track some emissaries, and neither one has caught an emissary yet. Holy moly! Okay, interesting. Takeda is actually they have Aki, Bingo, and they've taken Awami, which I feel like I don't see that very often. Cool. I'm okay with that. I mean, give Mori a hard time, why don't you? Yeah, I'm just gonna end one more turn. I am pretty much getting to the end of my my episode here, but let me just burn another turn. Why not? I can. All right, sweet. That's some money there. That's what I'm talking about. Made some money. Maybe I even got a good harvest. Who knows? And yeah, so one of my ninjas did catch up to an emissary here in Bongo. Ooh, and the Shimazu Daimyo is down to 1 star? Did he lose 2 stars already? How? Like, what has he even fought? Huh. Got him. Nice. All right, that was easy. And yes, so Yusugi has accepted my offer of a ceasefire, which is good. Now, and there's a good harvest, so that's good. Making some good money. All right, so now it's going to be key to see if I can get an alliance here. And if I can get an alliance, then what I'm probably going to do is just get really cheeky about this and see this guy. Let's see, has he... Yeah, so he gained 1 honor by killing that 1 emissary. So already he's gotten a little bit better here. I can tell him to go after this Mori emissary as well. And yeah, maybe get another kill. And yeah, once that happens, if I do get this alliance, then I can start sending my 2 ninjas after him. That'd just be funny if that actually worked. The chances are so small. They're like an honor 1 ninja of killing a 3-star daimyo. It's like less than 10%, I think, but still, it'd be really funny if that happened. That's the crazy thing about this Imagawa strategy. It's just so bonkers. Like, you can be going slowly, or you could just, end up with like these crazy awesome territories right away because you did this. Anyway, I think 1800 is not bad. That gives me enough money to build a castle here in Imagawa, as well as I can also build a castle in Shikugo. I can train up a bunch of shinobi. I can train up a few archers as well. Actually, what I should do with that money is also... What I should do is I should start building farming upgrades in these 3 territories because these are going to be making me some money. I'm not going to invest any farming upgrades in these territories. None at all. They're just too poor to make it worth it. I will be building ports in these territories eventually. But I think in the beginning, what I should be doing is investing in farming upgrades because they're really cheap. They only cost 250 koku, whereas a port is going to cost 750 koku plus the castle that I need to build. So yeah, that's where the direction that I'm going with that. So I'm going to be balancing training, archers and more ashigaru for this army, as well as farming upgrades for my provinces in Kyushu, as well as just a few more shinobi just to get them going. Again, it's not an emergency yet. I don't think Shimazu is going to be gunning for me anytime soon, but, I may as well have that, group of 6 shinobi here, and then maybe I can eventually start building some ninja house so I can start training some ninjas here in Hizen, and maybe even a tranquil garden so I can start training emissaries here as well so I can scout for my ninjas and shinobi. But that is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. I've been Step, and this has been Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.